Good day, my beloved We family from around the world. How are you guys doing? I thank God that all of us are safe and sound, and all our families too. I want to start by thanking my mentors, Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran and Joseph Bismarck, for everything they have done to make me succeed in this journey of my life. I also want to thank Senior V partners Donna Imson, T.G. Quintanar, and Chief Padman Sinathirajam. They have contributed a lot in my success so far. How can I forget the contributions of my senior partners, V partner Mahendra Kumar and V partner Arun George, in my life, in my journey. I also want to recognize the contributions made by J.R. Meyer, Malu Kalusa, and the rest of the corporate team from both the companies. Without you guys, it would not have been possible. Now, I'm so grateful and thankful to all my partners around the world. Each one of you have contributed in a big way to my success. And I'm grateful for you being part of my life. Our today's theme is Reborn. I was reborn in Bahrain. You see, I got started working in Bahrain after a few years of my working life in India. And I worked for a couple of companies and was struggling in my life financially. And until I met my immediate upline who introduced me to this business. His name is John. When I got started, my desire to become successful was at its peak. My desire to become somebody in life is one reason which kept me going. In fact, when I got started, I was a nobody. I had nothing in my life except my job, a beautiful wife, and a beautiful daughter. My life was on a wheel which was the same every day. Going to work, coming back home, without any progress for many years. Now, as a person, I had this desire to become extremely successful. I wanted to become rich. I was born in a poor family. My father was a government servant and my mom was a homemaker. And we were three boys, and my father's only achievement in life was he could educate us and make us capable for the job environment. And there we are, we got our jobs and we started living our lives. But this desire within to really explode in terms of your potential, in terms of my potential, my success, in terms of my achievements was always there. I dreamt of going overseas. Here I am in an overseas country in Bahrain working for a multinational company. However, the financial goals were nowhere in sight. It was nowhere achievable with that particular job I was having. I was looking for various opportunities, and there comes my senior partner, my upline, one day visiting me at home and sharing with me this opportunity. I grabbed it. I was so much waiting for this opportunity that I grabbed it. I started working with him in a few days' time, and I got into the business in a very aggressive manner. I started my business with a lot of expectation. I believed that I can conquer this business. I believed that I am capable of building this business and making very big in it. However, my experience was opposite. I was rejected left, right, center by everyone whom I shared this business in my first month. In fact, if I tell you the number of rejections, to be precise, it was about 40 plus. And every day after my work, I go into my business work, business activities, and then when I reach back home with this question in my mind that what is wrong with me, that no one is interested in what I'm offering to them. I started questioning myself and my capabilities. In fact, while doing so, I also asked myself, why should I keep doing this? my desire to succeed, my desire to become who I wanted to become was so big that I was not willing to bow down and accept defeat. I kept on, I pushed on until I hit my first sign up. And within a few days, I experienced a few more sign ups. And there I got started. I hit my first income in about 30 days' time. And thereafter, my story started to evolve. And the amount of rejection which I experienced in the first month of my business is what taught me the most important lesson in my life so far. I should not quit because somebody else cannot understand what I am offering them. I decided to persevere. And as I persevered, I discovered the success formula. The lesson I learned from this is that don't quit when you face difficulty. You see, every common man who faces difficulty in any venture has to face it because he does not know how to overcome it. You face difficulty because you don't have a solution ready-made in your mind for you to execute. Don't quit when you face difficulty. When the going gets tough, you need to become tougher. You need to stand up and ask yourself why you are doing this. You need to resolve to continue and do whatever it takes to achieve your desire, your purpose, your plan, which you have made for yourself. No does not necessarily mean a definite no. Your prospects may say no to you at the onset. You need to persevere. You need to push through and make sure that you understand the prospect very well. Make sure that you engage and get into the details of the decision. It is very important, it is very critical that you push through and never accept no as an answer. No does not necessarily mean they don't want to be part of your journey. So explore more, ask more, work and engage with them so that you can turn around that no into an yes. There was this young man called Darby who had this gold fever and decided to ore and find gold in the US. He worked for a few weeks and discovered gold in the ore. He went back to his village, got his uncle, collaborate with him, and together with his uncle, he organized the missionaries, came back to the ore field, decided to start working on the project. They put up all the missionaries and started working. Eventually, the mine started producing ore filled with gold. They sold the initial stock of ore and made some pretty income. They thought it would keep coming. They continued their work. 2, 3, 4 cars of gold ore was sold, and they expected it to continue. However, God has His own plans for Darby. He could not discover any more gold filled ore in the field, in the mining field. After a few weeks of effort, they got frustrated. They decided to quit on the project after investing a lot of money on machineries and hard work. They sold the machinery and the ore field to a junk man nearby for a few $100s. The junk man, after buying the machinery and the field, decided to invite an engineer to survey the place. The engineer went into work and he discovered that the place in fact has a lot of gold in it. He said to the junk man that Darby and his team were unlucky because the actual gold deposits were found 3 feet away from where they had stopped. This is exactly an example of how we work on our business. It is very important that we dig deeper and deeper. We should not quit. because gold is 3 feet away from you. I started working very aggressively in the business, and the following months was very rewarding for me. I actually identified and built a group of individuals who were very excited, who were very much focused, who were very much involved with me in building the business together. I could experience difficulties, however, I was very much fortunate to have them along with me, for me to work together and overcome those difficulties together. It is very critical that my work ethic, my discipline, my commitment to my desires is foremost, is ultimate, and is in focus. I remember working late nights and conducting business meetings, trainings, and seminars, talking about the business, teaching and training my business partners, and developing different kinds of skills together with them. I developed my own skills and their skills, and we started working very aggressively. Hard work was the name of the game. I used to work extensively, 12 hours, 13 hours every day to build this business. Within a few months of me getting into the business, I decided to quit my job and became full-time. Every day was extremely hard in nature, in terms of the work, in terms of work ethic, in terms of dedication, drive, focus, commitment. I would say that slowly but surely making progress in the business. But I was not happy at all with my progress. I wanted to build a huge team. I wanted to grow everywhere in the region. I started expanding myself in the region, in Middle East, into different countries. I traveled out of Bahrain and expanded my business into Kuwait, Oman, Dubai, and Saudi Arabia. Every day was exciting and rewarding. The experiences and the people I met in all these places were completely unique in nature, and I would have my own fun and excitement working with these people. Water your own grass. Be dedicated, driven, and focused. Make sure you are committed to your desires, to your goals. Make sure that you work in silence. Let your success make all the noise. That was my formula. I started working without knowing how much I am successful. I made progress from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 checks a week. And it was an amazing experience, growing, succeeding, and expanding my business all over the region. Accept who you are and where you are. Make sure that you make the most out of it. That is what I did. I made the most out of my presence in the Middle East. I started expanding my business. My income started helping me achieve some of my goals as early as 2-3 months into the business. I paid off some of my immediate loans. I decided to buy a few properties back in my home state in India, and eventually, but surely, one after the other became a reality. I was very competitive, very much organized, and made sure that I focused on my strength. My strength was talking to people, presenting the business to people, and I embarked on that journey, focused like an eagle. I would meet as many prospects I could in a day, and I would present my business to a number of them. And slowly but surely, I made incremental progress. I knew how much I was growing. I knew that I was making progress in the business. But I was not knowing about the progress of other networkers in the country or in the region. And hence, I had no way to know how much I am progressing in comparison to them, until I was invited for an event in Thailand in the year 2004. I met other leaders and networkers from around the world in that event, and I came to understand their progress and their success. And when I came to know about it, I recognized that I am far too ahead of them. And that made me take my first hit in the business. I slowed down myself. I decided to be more cautious in my business. I decided to build it at a slower pace than it was before. As a result of this, over the next 6 months, my business took a big hit and my income started dropping and my growth suffered as a result of this mental frame of mind which I experienced due to comparing myself with others. Stop comparing yourself with others. Comparison is a thief of joy. Focus on yourself. Focus on your strengths. Do not worry about others. Make sure that you improve yourself. Become a better version of yourself. The moment I recognize that I have taken a hit because of my change in attitude, I decided to focus on myself. I decided to work on myself. I decided to improve myself every single day. And I bounced back in the business very soon after that. My advice to all of you is that don't compare yourself with anybody. Instead, compare yourself with your own version of yesterday. Make sure that you improve every day. I started attending events, WeCon, ISB, and other We events across the globe in my region especially, and started to learn, hear, and acquire knowledge from other successful people in the industry. It helped me open up my mind to new possibilities. This was a time when I discovered that I have developed a few individuals over the last few years who have become very powerful business builders, very powerful entrepreneurs, who are either like me or even better than me. I discovered that a few of them contribute a lot to my growth and success. This reminds me about the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. 20% of my network contributes 80% of my sales. And these 20% people are very unique people. These are the focused, determined, driven, and self-motivated individuals in my team. They have tremendous focus on their desire to become successful. They are blossoming with a lot of energy and passion every day. They want to only think about success and success and success, nothing else. Nothing can deter them or stop them. These are few people who would make a little difference every day, a little improvement every day, a little more effort every day. And this accumulative advantage which they had over the other partners, as a result of this behavior, slowly but surely, the amount of advantage they accumulated became huge and they produced tremendous results. It was not a very big secret. It was just an observation from my side that these individuals who contribute 80% of my sales are individuals who are tremendously focused, absolutely committed in their goals and desires they have. They are willing to pay the price. They are working extra hours. They are improving themselves every day in terms of knowledge and skills. They are positive minded. They are always focused, and they make that little by little progress every day. They were a little bit better than competition. A little bit, 1% a day. This is what Dato Sri talks about. He says that if you make improvement of 1% a day, it will have a huge impact on our success. And this is very true in my own experience. I have experienced this together with my team members who were extremely aggressive and focused. The advantage of getting a little bit better every day, in fact, results in a huge improvement in the outcome. it produces tremendous results for those people who make that incremental improvement in their effort and their attitude. I grew bigger and bigger as a result of this, and they, my leaders, also started growing bigger and bigger. Small differences in performance can lead to unequal distribution of results, and this is very much evident in the growth and success I experienced during that phase of my business life. I remember the first time I traveled out of Bahrain to build this business to Kuwait. I was part of this organization where I was working at that time, and I decided to take the plunge, to take the lead, and to build an overseas market before anybody could do so. I had a lot of fear in me, fear of the unknown. I did not want to take that plunge. However, my goals and my desires were so big that I decided to take the plunge anyway. I decided to face what is unknown to me. I decided to travel, and that opened up my first market. Once I reached the overseas market, once I reached the territory, I recognized that everything is the same, like how I have experienced in Bahrain. That led me to go into multiple markets in the region and eventually build the business to a very big level in my first 4-5 years. But one thing which I always remember is the fear of the unknown, very much prominent in my thoughts. The fear comes all of a sudden and it tries to put me down, it tries to kill me, it tries to stop me. However, my resolve, my determination to progress and succeed was so big that I could overcome them and I could take the plunge, I could move ahead. And as a result of that effort and attitude which I had, I achieved tremendous success in the first few years of my business. From this experience, I learned that a shark in a fish tank will grow 8 inches. But if it is in the ocean, it could grow 8 feet. The shark will never outgrow its environment. And the same is true for you and me. Watch yourself. Ask yourself, find out whom are you associating with. Okay? Look at the people whom you associate with. Look at your environment where you are. It will tell you why you are growing or why you are not growing. Change your environment and see your growth. One of the key aspects of my growth and success has been ethical business building. I have been very strict with this one aspect of my business. I decided to build this business ethically and legitimately. I did not allow myself or anyone around me to destroy or damage my business with unethical practices. And this has been the hallmark of my growth over the last 20 years. And because of that one unique quality, which I have decided to have in my business and in my team's business, it has helped me to grow and succeed in countries after country, region after region. And it has helped me to become who I am today. I was elevated as part of the Global Leaders Forum in the year 2004 and eventually as an associate V partner a few years later and a full V partner by the year 2012. It took 12 years for me to achieve this one singular dream I had when I got started. I met Dato Sri and Japadas and the rest of the V partners in the first cruise I attended in the year 2001. The cruise was exciting. There were about 400 people in the ship. We boarded from Port Klang in Malaysia. And I was very much humbled when I saw Dato Sri, Japadas and the rest of the leadership being in service to the participants of the cruise. It was a very humbling experience for me. It helped me understand the value system which the founders of this company imbibed in themselves and in the organization they created. This company is very unique, and your success story will be very unique in this amazing, unique organization. This business has allowed me to achieve all my dreams in the first 5 years. Obviously, when I hit my first list of my dreams, I had new dreams. I had built a list of more dreams to achieve, and it still continues even today. However, a few notable dreams would be building my first home back in India, buying my cars in the first few years of the business, traveling and migrating along with my family to North America, living in Canada for a few years, buying a home there and settling down there. A few years later, deciding to come back to India. I have achieved all my dreams which I had listed down when I got started. I have achieved a lot more than that in the subsequent years of my business. As part of the business, I could travel to many countries around the world, many of them multiple times. Okay, Malaysia, our beautiful country, our headquarters has been visited many times. This business made me a global business builder, an entrepreneur who could build this business without any boundaries. I enjoyed building this business in Middle East, India, Africa, Europe, and North America. It has been a very exciting and fulfilling journey for me and my family. Today, one of the most difficult things for me to see in this business is people leaving this business because they don't see instant results. Today, what worries me is the lack of focus of people who join this business and quit the business very soon because they did not see any results. It does not matter how long it takes for you to achieve your dreams. Everyone cannot be the same. You could become successful at your own pace. Make sure that you do, because this wonderful opportunity, this wonderful platform is the only platform out there in the world where you could transform yourself as an individual as you go through this journey of becoming successful in life. By the time you become successful, you become a very different individual. An individual who was a nobody at the beginning point and who has transformed himself or herself into a somebody. So don't worry how long it takes. Stay focused. Stick to this opportunity like a postage stamp. Do not quit before you achieve what you want to achieve. Obviously, once you achieve, you will never quit. Make sure that you achieve all your goals and dreams in this business. The most unique thing about this company is the philosophy of Ubuntu. Our company's soul is Ubuntu. I am because we are. Dato Sri and Japa, they live by this philosophy. Myself, the We Ambassadors, QI Directors, are a testimony of this philosophy. This belief has shaped us into a global family that constitutes of millions of people around the world. When we got started, a lot of our competition said that we won't last a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But here we are, 23 years, growing stronger, louder, and bigger. This is because of Japa and Dato Sri's leadership that encapsulates this philosophy in everything we do in this organization. A lot of nobodies have become somebodies due to this philosophy we live by. Our business plan allows everyone to live by this philosophy. It speaks to the fact that one who embraces it is connected to his people, and that he can only grow and progress through the growth and success of others. Our mission, touching 1 billion hearts, is possible when we embrace this philosophy and accept that we, the people of this company, universe, are all connected with each other, and that what we do is going to affect the whole world. I am because we are. Thank you, Dato Sri, Japadas, Chief, and all the respected we partners for this amazing opportunity. I am truly grateful. Thank you. God bless.